Carl Jung said that in his 50 years as a doctor, the most astonishing thing he ever observed was that in cases of severe brain damage, or when the brain couldn't think because of disease, the patient showed signs of inner awareness. He said that people with severe brain damage could hear and see what was happening outside them, and they had vivid dream experience in a state of inner awareness. This means that people who seem to be unconscious are not unconscious. People may never be unconscious. It's best to see they may be having important inner experience. People with Alzheimer's disease and people in comas who don't communicate can know without thinking. They can see without looking. They can hear without listening. It's wonderful to understand we never lose awareness. Awareness is life. Life is active deep inside people who seem unable to communicate. Dr. Jung said that inner awareness was probably that part of people that did not die when the body dies. The inner awareness of people with Alzheimer's is in a state beyond life and death. We're learning to communicate with people in their inner awareness. People in altered states can be important teachers. Doctors are careful what they say while operating on people who are under anesthesia, apparently unconscious. People tell doctors they hear things they aren't supposed to hear when the doctor thinks they're unconscious. The inner awareness of people can hear without listening, can know without thinking, can see without looking. Today, nurses put up notices in rooms where patients seem to be unconscious. Visitors are asked to assume the patient can hear. We're understanding that the person may be awake inside. We're learning how to communicate with people that in the past doctors didn't know could be reached. Let me tell you an important story about Alzheimer's. The story was told by a doctor, a cardiologist, about his own father. The doctor's name is Tim. His father had Alzheimer's for the last 10 years of his life. Even though Tim's mother gave his father very good care, his father was less and less able to function. He didn't speak and he needed to be clothed and fed like a child. As Tim and his brother became older, they would sometimes take care of their father while their mother took care of household needs. One Sunday, she was out shopping. The boys were 15 and 17 years old, and they were watching a football game on television. Their father was sitting near them in a chair. Suddenly, he slumped forward and fell off the chair onto the floor. Both his sons knew something serious had happened. The father's face was gray and his breathing was irregular and hard. The sons were frightened. Tim's older brother told him to call 911, but before Tim could respond, a voice they hadn't heard in 10 years spoke to them. The father said, "Don't call 911, son. Tell your mother I love her. Tell her I'm all right." Then he died. Because Tim's father had died at home unexpectedly, an autopsy was performed. The medical analysis wasn't able to understand how he had spoken as clearly and intelligently as he did. The brain seemed to be largely destroyed by disease. Tim went on to become a doctor, and he never stopped searching for medical answers to what happened to his father. He kept trying to understand how his father could suddenly speak and communicate so well after 10 years of what seemed like the inability to speak. He sounded well, and he said he was well. What does that mean? This true story about a family situation is important for all of us. For every story like this that is published, there are 100 more that aren't published. Stories like this are about witnessing something. Now we're beginning to understand. Everyone alive has inner awareness. There are great depths of awareness in everyone. Most often, we're so caught up in what's going on outside us, we don't pay attention to what's going on inside us. We give little attention to our inner life, which can teach us to know in a different way. To know life beyond life and death. To know life that doesn't die. If we're in the presence of someone who has Alzheimer's, we have an opportunity to attend to our inner life. To know in a different way. To live in a fuller way. We can approach their inner mind with respect. Start by sensing that you can come directly into the presence of life itself. Become quiet. Calm down completely. Slowly calm your breathing. Breathe with the Alzheimer's patient. Slow down and quiet yourself until you're breathing with the patient. Breathe together with them. Quiet your mind. Let your thinking subside. Let yourself be silent with that person. slowly breathing into inner awareness with them. Open yourself to your inner awareness and the awake inner being of the other person. Find your way into your intuition, free of thinking. Find your way slowly into your telepathic nature. Sense that telepathic nature in the other person. Sense that you're encouraging them to come into communion with you, to teach you what they know in the depths of their being. Respect them as if they've sacrificed being active in the outer world in order to teach silently how to access the depths of the inner world. Sense that the inner world you're both connected with is universal. Sense that this person is becoming your teacher, teaching you how to be and communicate in new ways. Silently ask the person to teach you how to know inner awareness completely. See that you know how to access your whole potential, to know in new ways and live in new ways. Silently, from your heart, thank that person for becoming silent and helping you to understand life in a deeper way. When disturbing thoughts and emotions arise in the Alzheimer's patient, ask them to be peaceful with what arises. Silently reassure them that their thoughts and emotions will dissolve naturally. Sit and breathe with that person. Respect their limitation with the outer world as an entrance into unlimited inner life. Thank that person for teaching you how to reach inner communion. Sit in gratitude and feel all the paranormal potential of human life, usually lost in the outward focus on what seems like normal life. Sense the unlimited miracle of life. Sit with the Alzheimer's patient and regain lost dimensions of life. Sit and heal with them.